everyone, my name is Morgan and I'm a Northwest demonstrator, and I would like to welcome you all to my very first video demonstration. I can tell you I've got absolutely everything crossed. Me and technology don't particularly get on, but I'm really hoping that we don't have any problems today. So with that all said, we'll get on, and I've already made a start on the design I'm going to do for you today. It's a trough type container, and I've already put the foliage around the bottom, and I have the biodegradable foam across the middle, the brown, foam, which I have already watered. And the foliage I've used is out of the garden, and we have the Fatsia japonicas, which I have to actually trim down just to give us a little different shape, because they were perhaps just a little bit big for the design, which Fatsias can be, can't they? Mine are absolutely roaring away at the moment, and I think this is because we've not been able to demonstrate for a year now. They've had plenty of time to grow and get nice and big, and there's loads of them at the minute, and they're also lovely and green, I'm pleased to say. So we have some of the Fatsias there, and then we have some of the Aera metallicum, which again, a lovely garden foliage. Now this, I think, is absolutely wonderful because it just sort of appears, doesn't it, in the winter, and then it disappears again when the hostas come out. Now normally the leaves get bigger as the winter progresses, but unfortunately my clump doesn't seem to realise this, and mine sort of stay at this sort of size. But there we are, it's still a lovely foliage. And then the other one I've got here is the Cuba japonica, and again I've got the yellow spotted variety, and it is really quite variegated, Mike. I don't know if you can see that a little bit better. Again, a lovely foliage, I think, especially for this time of year because of the yellow in it, and it's a spring type arrangement, and we tend to possibly use colours that would blend better with the yellow. So with that said, I'll put that back there. And then across the top here, as I say, we have the brown biodegradable foam, and I'm just going to scatter across the top of there some little bits of moss that I have. Now this is sort of green and brown, but it blends beautifully with the foam. I'm not putting very much on, I'm not doing it thickly, because I'm just wanting to sort of hide the foam a little bit from the finished design. The moss here that I have is actually left over from Christmas wreaths, so it just nicely just fills that space there. There we are. Now this is a spring design, and the first thing that I'm going to put in, I've chosen things that I think say spring and Easter. Now the first thing I'm going to put in here is the lovely pussy willow, which we all see around. Now this one, as we can see, isn't particularly straight, is it? But never mind. Now I'm putting these in, but I'm not actually going to put them all to the same heights, because I think as we look at flowers and foliage growing, they never grow in a straight line, do they? They're never all the same height, and the flowers and things are never all the same shape. So I'm just putting a line of this across the back, well, what's going to be the back here. As I say, we can see that they aren't all exactly going the same way, but that's fine. I think that designs look really nice when everything isn't regimented shapes. So there we are. I'm not going to turn this around at this point, because obviously what I can see, you can see. So the next flower I'm going to put in here, again to me, is spring, and these are the iris. Now these are really tight, and I have been trying to get them to come out, but we haven't had much success. Iris takes its name from the Greek goddess Iris, and that actually means rainbow. And if you think about these flowers, you could say, well, they are a little bit like a rainbow, because we don't have all the colours of the rainbow, obviously, but we do have 3 different colours. We have the lovely purpley blue, and we have yellow, and we have white. So that's sort of like 3 colours in one flower, isn't it? So there we have our irises going across there. I will turn this round for you to see. You can see lines at the minute, can't you? Now the next flower, which to me is a spring flower, is going to be this lovely freesia. And it smells lovely. Now again, the freesia, I mean the others are very straight stemmed, aren't they? The freesia isn't. It moves around. It's got plenty of movement in it, and I think it just looks lovely on these type of line arrangements. It's not a big flower, but I think it is a beautiful flower. Now, even though there's a lot of buds on these, the buds on freesia do tend to come out and flower. So this is by the time that this really gets going, it's going to be absolutely stunning, isn't it? Look, you see how they're all in different stages of coming out, but again, that's fine. Again, some more of the purpley one going across there. And the stems on the freesia, as you can see, they're not at all straight, so you're not going to get a straight line with these. I'm leaving all the little side shoots on as well because I think that adds interest. I'll just put a couple more of the yellow going through it. Well, you can't believe, can you, that we're already rearing on towards Easter. We'll be here before, you know. So there you can see just the freesias helping with the line there. Well, we've had to put so much things onto Zoom and videos and things that we would never normally have done, would we? But it is a nice way for us, everybody keeping in contact with everybody, isn't it? And not missing out too much on things, hopefully. So there we have our freesias going through there. And then the next flower that I'm going to put in, I'm really pleased to be showing you these. These are the absolutely beautiful parrot tulips. They look really exotic, don't they? With all the twists and the turns of the flowers, all the little sort of frills on the end. Again, these are a lovely different sort of contrast in shape to the other flowers. This is, here we have the white with the green edges. And if I just get a couple of them here out of the box, you can see how very different they are, both in size and in tucks and curves and frills on the flowers themselves. I'm going to cut that a little bit shorter. I wanted all my flowers to be seen and for you to see how beautiful they are and different. Now that this one isn't playing, in fact I'm going to cut that one a little bit shorter. The parrot tulips are quite exotic and they come in lots and lots of lovely colours, really vibrant colours if you can get them from your florist. I've just got one more to go in there and I shall turn it around for you to see these absolutely gorgeous tulips. I'm just going to take the leaf off that one so that you can see the beauty of the flower. is there we have our lovely parrot tulips. And amongst the parrot tulips, I'm going to add some of the tulips that we traditionally, understand as tulips. And these are a lovely sort of pinky mauvey colour. Now, as I'm sure you know, ladies, tulips are a little bit like mischievous children, in the fact that you put them somewhere and then you'll go back and they won't be in the same place that you left them. And they also turn to the light. And once you put them into the foam, they do actually continue to grow. So that is something to be aware with some designs that you're doing, that actually your tulips are going to get taller. When somebody told me that originally, I thought, well, I don't understand how a cut flower can carry on growing, but they do. They do. That's our last tulip going in. There we are. We'll turn that round to show you all. And then I have yet some more tulips to go in. Now these are the very small yellow ones, and I wanted to bring some more yellow in because, as I said, to me Easter is purples, yellows, those are the colours that I sort of associate with there. I'm just going to put just one, not many of these, just a few of these in. As I say, just bringing the colour down. Again, these have got lots of foliage on. I'm just going to take that one off because we just have to. I do think that flowers look more attractive with some of the foliage left on, but sometimes it can just detract away from the flower itself. So we're just taking a little bit off there. And I'm just going to put this little one there. Just bring that colour across. So there we have our line of tulips going through. And then the very last flower that I'm going to put in here are the lovely hyacinths. Now I've got them, hyacinths last remarkably long time, and they're actually on the bulb there. They have soft stems, and sometimes they can be quite hard to get into foam. Now if you have that problem, if you use a kebab stick just to the middle there, that will hold them firmly into the foam for you. These ones are quite firm stemmed and are going into the foam quite easily, so I don't need to do that with these. I did come prepared with my kebab sticks, but we're okay with that. So I'm really looking forward to our Easter break, as I'm sure that you are. Hopefully we'll have some gorgeous weather and we can get out and about. Now these each of the stem of the hyacinths I've brought down have had these little tiny clumps on as well. Again, I'm going to use these. I'm not going to not, because again these are just nice little small, and they just give that little bit of interest and difference in size, I think. And I'm just going to move this around. As you can see what's going on there. I hope you're liking it. And I'm just going to bring a few of these hyacinths through to the back. So I hope that you have enjoyed this demonstration today, and this design, hopefully, will inspire you to have a go yourself. That was really what I was hoping for with this. So there we are, just a couple of the little tiny little bits of hyacinth that I was telling you about. So I'm just going to pop those in too. And there we are, ladies. Here is our spring Easter design, and I hope you've enjoyed watching me do it, and I have inspired you to have a go yourselves. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.